The single product template from Prodigy Commerce uses the Elementor Pro theme builder to allow you to create multiple single product templates and assign display conditions to apply them to specific products, such as items in very specific categories or tags. This right here is an example of one of the single product templates where you can customize just about every element on the page, from the product title to the product description, the pricing area, as well as how the images look on that product page. You'll also be able to include tabs for all the product metadata as well as related products. To get started using the single product template, you can go to the back end of your WordPress dashboard and scroll down to find the Templates tab. After that, click Theme Builder. On this page, you'll find several default templates that come with the theme builder from Elementor, but as long as it's integrated with Prodigy Commerce, you'll also receive additional options like Prodigy Archive and Prodigy Product. Prodigy Product is the one that we're going to want to work with right now, so you can click on the Add New button. And that includes a beautifully designed product page for you, ready to go with everything from the pictures, pricing, and the related products. So you can preview that and see what it looks like, and then insert it into your website whenever you're ready. You also have the option to start from scratch with a Prodigy single product template. So if you do that, or if you would like to edit the template that was provided by Prodigy, what's great is that Prodigy also gives you several additional product widgets, and they're all listed right here at the top. So you have breadcrumbs, a product title, product description, price range, product rating, add to cart, product images, product meta, product data tabs, as well as related products. Now, if we go over to the right here, you'll see that most of these widgets are actually already included. So everything from the product meta to the related products, and we have pricing, and then you have things like the additional details like SKU, category tags. So you can choose which ones you want to use, but the idea here is to click on all of them one by one and then customize them with the styling options that are provided through Elementor. So for example, we could click on the image right off the bat, and then you could see that we have tabs for content, style, and advanced. One of the options is to either show thumbnails or hide them. So for this one, we're just going to hide them. Then we'll go to the style option. And this is nice because we can add a border type around that image. We can change the border radius to make it a little bit more rounded, adjust the aspect ratio, and they even have options for gallery navigation buttons and gallery control buttons. And of course, don't forget the advanced tab. That's a little bit more advanced, obviously, but you can go in here and modify everything from the margins to the padding, and they have really granular settings here like motion effects, transform effects, and backgrounds. So we'll just do one of them here, but essentially you can go in here and add an image for a background or choose a color. Now that wouldn't necessarily look that great with this particular one, but it is an option. And this is a good example because you can always go up here and click the clear button to revert back to an item's original state. Okay, so next up is going to be the breadcrumbs. Here we have all the general customization options such as typography, link color, bottom margin, text color. So let's say we wanted to add a little bit of a bottom margin there, and then we can change the typography to make it as small as we can because we don't want to take up too much space on the product page. And then lastly, I want to remove the current page on the breadcrumbs so it only shows the previous one since we're already on this particular page. Following that, you can jump to the title. And this is a little bit simpler, but you have the HTML tags, so you can make it bigger or smaller, make it an H2 or H3. I think we'll stick with the H3. And then the general styling tabs give you, once again, some margin options. You can move it to the center and then change the title, typography, and the color. The product rating widget has some unique options like being able to upload an icon. So if you went to the Elementor icon library, you might prefer putting something like a grinning star. And we can move the icon size slider, icon spacing, and then of course go into the styling and advanced tabs for all sorts of options like the star rating color, star size, margins, and there's options for reviews, separators, and the box. The product description widget is also available for you to edit. So if you wanted to adjust the number of characters that actually shows up in the content, that is available. And there are general tools to tweak the margins, tweak the text, and the anchor text as well. We encourage you to adjust the price range widget if you do choose to include it, but the actual pricing will show up with the Add to Cart button. So all the tabs are available right here where you can see general settings, but there is a price and a stock option. So you can go in here and price and show the regular price or hide it. And then there are little settings for typography, color, and then there are even more down here, such as the button option. So let's edit these just to show you that they can be moved around a bit. We want to tweak the background color a bit to make it maybe closer to whatever your brand color is. And then you might go to the View Cart button as well, just to do something else with it. Okay, next up is the product meta section. This might be a little less common for stores to include this, but it can be helpful with the SKU, category, and tag. And once again, under the Style tab, there are settings for labels, values, and dividers. So you might change the text color of all those labels right there. They have a value section. You could change the link color if you don't like the blue. You might change it to a green. And then there's also with options to spread it out a little bit. Moving on, if we click on this one, this is called the product data tabs. And this is where you will see the full description. The customer can check in on additional information and see reviews as well. So it kind of condenses all that content into one nice tabbed area. To modify that, you can go into the content tab and either show or hide the description. So as you can see, it got moved. Let's remove the reviews as well because all we want is the additional information, at least for this example. And last but not least, we have the related products area, and we have covered the related products widget in another video, but this is also available within the single product template. So it's important to understand you can upsell or cross-sell, and that will change the types of products that show up depending on where you put this thing. But this will be available on every product page if you would like it to be. And then of course there are content settings for ordering it a different way, like with title or price, or if you wanted to limit the number of products that we're showing or display it with a grid or a slider. And then of course you can remove things like categories if you didn't want the category showing up and cluttering up the page a little bit, or if you wanted to remove the rating or include or remove a sale tag like you can see right here. Okay, so let's say you're happy with your entire design, you're ready to publish it. What you'll do then is go down to the Publish button. They have several options, including save as a draft, so you can come back and edit and then publish, or you can display conditions. So that means that this particular product template will only show up on certain areas of your website or when certain users come to your website. You can also save it as a template, so that would serve as a building block to create different product templates in the future. But the normal course of action would be to hit the Publish button, and then you'll see options to do a condition. If you don't want that, you can hit Save and Close. Otherwise, adding a condition allows you to include or exclude this template on all Prodigy products, on some Prodigy categories, or for child categories or tags. So if we wanted to include this product template that we just created on some product categories, that would give you the ability to do so. Or you could do a tag or a child category, but for the sake of this example, we'll go with Prodigy category because we know we have some categories saved. So we might do something like hoodies and sweatshirts. That's when this display template will show up. So if you wanted to create a whole different set of templates for one category and then another for a completely different category, that's completely possible with the single product template with Prodigy Commerce. So once that's done, you hit Save and Close, and then it will be published on your website, or at least wherever you had it with your conditions. And you can see here, you can open the site editor or view it on your live site for everyone to see.